Howdy ho, friends. It's Michelle with part 2 of my warm reviews on the Bring Back My Bars for January 2023. If you're not familiar with Bring Back My Bar, these bars are only available for January of 2023. Everyone got to vote about 6 months ago on retired scents to come back, and this is our chance to stock up, add them to our clubs, however we want to enjoy them. You can add them to your club before the end of the month, and that means Scentsy will continue to make these even after January. That's the great thing about Club. It's an auto ship program. Multiple perks, but for me, the best one is getting scents even after they're gone. So let's jump in. First one we're going to talk about is Apple Press. If you've been watching my channel, you know I love this one. It is the smell of crisp fall days, crunchy apple, juicy pear, and a hint of the last full roses of summer. So, I would agree with all of that. This has been compared to Johnny Appleseed and Appealing Apple, which was a scent of the month last year, 2022, 2021, somewhere around there. Johnny Appleseed that this has been compared to. Johnny Appleseed, I would say, is more of your classic, basic apple. It's just apple, and that's it. Apple Press is more, yes, kind of a fall apple, but not because it's got cinnamon or spice. It's got just a little bit of that fresh, fall, crisp air added in there. And the rose note that's mentioned, I don't think anyone would get that without knowing it's in there. Whereas Appealing Apple, that this has been compared to, has a dominant, very noticeable floral note. Yet, I would say 50-50 apple, Appealing Apple, 50 apple, 50% with floral. This is still mainly an apple scent at its core, and I love it. I've been talking about it for almost a year now, as long as I've had my channel going here. More on that later. But yeah, this is my favorite apple scent. I appreciate Johnny Appleseed in being a basic apple, but I don't want my house to just smell like plain old apples. I like that this has that freshness to it, just because I love fresh scents. So that's me. And also performance. Everyone's different. Your house, your nose, your environment, your weather, your humidity, like everything plays a factor in strength. So with that said, normally Apple Press is strong for me in the ones I've been getting in my club since January of 2020 when it was back last time. I hate to say it, but the bars that I've had with the current Bring Back My Bar are not as strong as the ones I'm used to. I don't know if that's just because these are fresher pours and the ones I've been getting in my club are a little older pours. Not old, but have had time to cure. Anyway, if anything, that's the only criticism, I guess, constructive criticism that I would give with the bar, the Apple Press bar that's currently available. Anyway, love it. It's going back in my club in probably a count of 2 instead of 1 to come to me every other month. All right, next we've got Autumn Blaze Maple. This says a bountiful crisp apple, an earthy pumpkin with golden maple syrup and warm cinnamon with a ribbon of smoldering oak. So yes, this is definitely a complex scent. It's got a lot going on in it. For me personally, again, this is, in my opinion, that maple note stands out just a little bit more than everything else in here. If that was dialed back a little bit, I think I would appreciate this more, because I do get all of those notes. It is a great fall scent, mixing kind of everything in the fall season that you want into one scent. I can get the apple and the pumpkin and a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of oak, but that maple note for me is just a tad too much. And as far as performance, this was a medium performer for me. Maybe to strong, but again, that's because that maple note and the sensitivity my nose has with maple. All right, coconut pumpkin pie is next, and it's an exotic touch as pumpkin puree, grated nutmeg, maple sugar are heightened by a hint of coconut shavings. So on cold, I really liked this. It does have that pumpkin note with the coconut, and it's so unique that I really like it cold. However, it did not translate as well warm for me. They kind of fought each other, and they didn't get along, I guess. It did not blend well to my nose like it does on cold. I almost want to give it another chance in different areas. But if I can't melt it where I tested it, which is in a normal average size room like this and in my kitchen, where else would I melt it anyway? So, yeah. I really wanted to love this one. It just, something quite did not mix or blend when it was warming. And I would say an average performer on that one. Next is Crumb Top, and this is a perfect blend of oat, butter, brown sugar. And Scentsy has, in my opinion, multiple versions of oats and oatmeal, and this is just another one of those. It does kind of come off as oatmeal more to me than a crumb top, like dried crumb top. But I do enjoy it. It's just not really my wheelhouse. If you like those oat kind of scents, this is definitely one you want to try. I would say this would be a great blender with, anything you want to make bakery probably. This would be a good one to have on hand. I do get oat, butter, and brown sugar kind of blended here. And as far as performance, a good solid medium, maybe even strong as well. Next is Flirtatious. And this is a combination of green apple, grapefruit, and white amber. This is just kind of your average, I wouldn't say average, I guess. Your everyday, girly kind of adolescent type, fruity kind of girly scent. I think some people have said it reminds them of like Bath and Body Works in the 90s type deal, which I can see that. It's good, especially if you like those kind of fruity girly scents. Definitely try that one out. It was a good medium to strong performer as well for me. Next, kind of a surprise in all of these for me, is Flower Shop. It's the only description we have is just like walking into a flower shop, and it is. And I'm not usually one to love green type notes, but this one, I'm not going to say I'm stocking up or clubbing it, but I actually enjoyed it when it was going. And for comparison of an actual flower shop, we are actually planning my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, and me and one of my sister-in-laws went to a wholesale florist in the area, and they have like two separate buildings. One is like a good-sized warehouse with artificial, and then separately, because they have to be kept cold, is all the fresh flowers. And of course we're buying artificial, so we were in that building, but I wanted to walk over, and we did, into the ones with the fresh flowers. And sure enough, when you walk into that, you really get more of the green stems than you do a floral. Yes, there's some floral there, but really what you get is more of the green note. And I know some people are comparing it to grass. To me, grass and like that scent that I had walking into that fresh flower area is not the same. We have to have a lot of grass cut in this area, especially during, the hotter months. But I would say they're different, but similar in the same family, yes. But yeah, anyway, I'm going off the rails here, but all to say, I enjoyed it. It was definitely strong. It did well, which I figured it would, in our large living room with high ceilings. And I wouldn't mind having another bar or two, maybe, just in case I'm in the mood for kind of that fresh flower shop type feel. Yeah, not as bad. Like I said, I'm not usually leaning towards those type of scents, but I did enjoy it. Next, fried ice cream. This is a nutty touch of vanilla along with cinnamon and caramel. So, this is light. I'll say that first. Kind of doing opposite here. On strength, it's light. I use this in the smallest bedroom area that we have. I'm not obviously going to melt it in a bathroom because it's fried ice cream. And I could really only smell it for the first couple hours. Someone mentioned that it smells like churro, and I would agree. It smells a lot like churro. I'm sure there is some kind of difference between the two. I don't have a bar of churro to compare it to. It was, however, up for voting, and I think at some points in the top 25 this past week for the next Bring Back My Bar that's going to be, is it going to be in June, I think? Or July? Anyway. Let us know in the comments. Is the Bring Back My Bar going to come back in June or July this coming year that we just voted on? Anyway, yes, it's got kind of almost like a doughy fried dough note and that vanilla with a nuttiness. It's nice. Maybe mixing it, kind of how people experience churro getting stronger when you mix it with something. Maybe that's what I should try here, is to mix it with something to see if it comes out stronger for me. But a nice, little bit caramel, vanilla nuttiness type of a scent. I enjoyed it. It's a great scent, just not something I need more of. Next is green tea smoothie. This is green tea, fresh ginger, peach, nectarine, and cranberry. So I like green tea. I know a lot of people don't see the point of green tea, but I like it. Sweetened, of course, but not with peach and cranberry and nectarine. No, I just want green tea with some sweetness added to it. Some people say it has no flavor or scent. I definitely get the green tea scent in here. However, warm especially to my nose, because I don't usually care for peach. That peach stands out more than anything else. And I actually turned it off and did away with the wax melts. My daughter loves this scent, so it's what's left is going to her. Yeah, so if you don't like peach like myself, I would say stay away from this one. I don't understand why Scentsy always puts peach note in tea scents, such as Southern Sweet Tea, which was also in the Bring Back My Bar voting this past week. I do like that scent. The peach doesn't stand out as much from what I remember that it does here. But yeah, I don't understand why we've got to put peach in tea scents. That's not a normal tea, unless it's specifically peach tea. Anyway, so strength I would say is strong on this one. Medium to strong. I just wish it was more green tea, less peach. Next is Perk Me Up. And this is our coffee scent for this go around. The most perfect cup of coffee you'll ever experience. Strong brew of Guatemalan coffee beans with a touch of hazelnut. This is just a fresh brewed coffee and very nice. It's not really bitter or burnt like some coffee scents come off. And it's also not hazelnut or chocolate like some come off as well. It's just plain old coffee at its core. And it's a great scent. As far as strength, though, I would say it's on the lighter side for me. Not a stock up for me personally. I don't mind a coffee scent, but I'm only going to use it in the morning, and then I'd have to switch out wax midday, and I'm just too lazy to do that these days. Next is Quiver. This is vanilla flower, warm sandalwood, and night blooming tuberose to create a seductive scent. So, on cold, I like this. It does smell a little mature, on the mature side, but it's definitely got that warm, like sandalwood note with a little bit of floral and creaminess. For me, on warm, what I get is if you were to combine satin sheets and dilute it with a whole wax crayon. That's what I get. I get a lot of waxiness, and I think it's that tuberose note that's coming off to me like just wax. And by the way, tuberose is not a rose scent. I want to say it's more like a jasmine, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's not even, yes, it's a flower, but it's not even in the rose category, in case you were wondering. So yeah, it does not smell like rose at all. Anyway, I wish I got more of what it is on cold in the warming process, but it just comes off a little waxy to me, and a light scent as well. Next, I've got spiced berries. This is frankincense, myrrh, and decadent berries. Definitely dark berries. Not a lot of sweetness here necessarily. I get more spice than I do anything, and it's really coming off as more of a spice than it does frankincense or myrrh. I've used essential oils of both of those and have had candles of both of those. Anyway, this for some reason comes off spicy, and to me that's not what frankincense or myrrh is. Anyway, so yeah, and light to medium performer probably for this one. Vanilla cream is French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. A great vanilla scent, creamy scent, but I barely get anything, so I can't speak. This is one of those nemesis scents that Patricia Gates talks about. I hardly can smell anything here. Same thing with vanilla bean buttercream and sugar cookie. Vanilla scents, for some reason, just don't have any scent to me. I don't know why. So I can't really talk about that one. People are loving it, though. They're comparing it to Simply Vanilla, if you know that one. Yeah, so maybe if you missed Simply Vanilla, you put that one, or you try that one instead. Then I've got Woodland Suede. This is the last one for now, for today. This is Wooded Wonderland, redolent with red oak, smoked cedar, suede musk, and bright winter lemon. So, I think the lemon in this is a little odd. I like everything else, but the lemon comes out even more when I warm it, and it's just weird to me. It is a nice, I guess, masculine, but not like in a cologne necessarily way. It's, yeah, kind of woody and musky. It's just not what I would call cologne scent. Anyway, nice, and for me it was I was about to say light, maybe a medium to light performer. I wish the lemon weren't there. That's the only thing for me. And to update you on my mixing of some of these to create something else is I tried coconut palm. If you caught my last Saturday video, I mentioned I warmed it with the Pima Cotton that's also in this current Bring Back My Bar. And it made it smell even more floral. And I'm going for something like coconut cotton scent. So I currently have this in our bedroom going, a mix of Clean Breeze and coconut palm. And I like this a lot better. It, I would say, is a comparison to coconut cotton. So yeah, if you have any Clean Breeze around and you like the coconut cotton type scents, give that a try. And it's doing strength-wise pretty well too. Even the coconut is noticeable with how strong Clean Breeze is. So yeah, give that a try. And let's see. So that's a wrap up on my thoughts on the Bring Back My Bars. I considered doing a video with like my final rankings of Bring Back My Bar. You could probably tell how I'm talking about them anyway, how I would rank these. But let me know if you want a video with my ranking system on how I ranked all of these bars in the current Bring Back My Bar. And I am coming up on my 1-year anniversary, YouTube anniversary. I think it's on Tuesday, the 17th. Anyway, and looking at my analytics, not that anybody cares about those, I don't even, but I noticed I have like over 150 videos that I did in 1 year. Holy moly, that's a lot of videos per week even for a year. So my goal this year is maybe to cut back a little bit on the videos. I don't know how I'm going to cut back, but I'm going to cut back somehow. I don't know if I want to maybe go to a bi-weekly type deal with my weekly meltdown into a bi-weekly meltdown maybe. I have been slowing down how much I'm melting, so maybe I'll do that. Anyway, I will let y'all know for sure how I'm going to cut back in the community page of YouTube. But anyway, I wanted to thank everyone for subscribing and liking the videos and watching the videos. I probably would not still be doing this without your involvement. So I appreciate everything that you guys do too. And I'm considering also doing a Q&A video maybe next Saturday to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. Let me know if you'd be interested in a Q&A video. I won't do it live, but I can pre-record and put up a community page or community post, that's what I meant, to ask for questions. But yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in a Q&A video for next Saturday to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. And until my next video, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.